All right, so this is how I added right-click context menus to Windows 10 to run batch scripts. Specifically, I'm using it for FFmpeg, but you could use it for any other thing that you can call a script or a file on. So to show you exactly what I mean, if I right-click on an item, you might be able to see I have stuff to convert to WAV, MP3, convert a WebP to a PNG, copying and encoding MP4s. You can, again, add pretty much anything that you can think of as a script here. Just know that modifying your registry inherently comes with some risk. So don't just trust me. Shop around and see what other people have done to do this. Like I said, can't seem to find the original source that I copied this exactly from. If I do find it, I will put it in the description. But like I said, editing your registry files inherently has some danger to your system. So do your homework. Anyway, so if I open this batch file, this is the exact command that I use. What you probably would be most interested in is editing this line. Basically, in this case, we're calling FFmpeg to pull in a file and output that file .png. So it tries to convert it to a PNG. So in theory, this will convert any image file that FFmpeg can handle to a PNG. I know in the case of WebPs, if they have transparency, it will keep transparency, which is what I wanted. So this is why I went specifically with this. Nothing too crazy. You will need to save all of your batch files in a space on your computer. They have to stay there. You can't move them. For this example, I'm using my desktop, so nothing too crazy. Name it something that you will remember and that is descriptive, and we'll move on to actually making the registry key. So this is what is in the registry key file, whatever you would use to add a registry key. You have to have Windows Registry Editor version 5.00. It has to be capitalized that way, I believe. So the first thing that it adds is an HKey class as root for the user under shell, and then here is the name that you want to show up when you right click, I believe. Or no, I'm sorry, this is the name of it, and that's the like variable name, I believe. I'm not super versed in the Windows registry. I kept them both the same just to make it simple, nothing too crazy. And then the next one that gets added to HKey class is root user shell / convert to WebP to PNG. So that the same one you put here, it's going to be underneath that called command, and that you put the path to this batch file right here, and so you would change that to be wherever the path is. So in my case, it's users John desktop, the folder WebP, and the actual batch file. So when you run that, I'm not going to run it because I already have a convert to WebP here. When you run that, it'll add that to your right-click context. The way it's set up, you can see I actually ran the convert to MP4. It didn't do anything because I don't have any MP4s in there. However, if I find a image that is a WebP, say this hand holding nothing, which I can bring here to show, very nice hand, we can convert that to a PNG. So right click, convert, boom, goes through its thing, and here we go. You can see I didn't bother scraping off the end of the name, so it actually is webp.png, but it still is a PNG. It functions as a PNG, and it looks the same. So that's it in a nutshell. Hopefully that worked out for you. I will try and put that info in a paste bin and put it on the description. Again, like I said, editing your registry is going to be potentially life-changing for your computer, so do your homework, double check that everything that we did or that you do is correct, and that it is what you want to do, and that you verify that it is actually the code you want to run and not just something that someone told you to do in a YouTube video. To delete it, if you need to, you can navigate to this exact location in your registry. Take this registry folder and just nuke the whole folder. It'll include this and the variables inside of it, and it'll include this command underneath it and the variables inside of that. And then restarting your computer should get rid of all that and remove the context. Right click from that. So hopefully that helps you out. Hopefully that is able to give you at least an idea of where to start to continue. I have been considering adding things like right-clicking to create a whole bunch of batch files that I commonly use. So sometimes I convert a whole folder's worth of WebPs to PNGs, depending on how I get media. You can right-click and do that. However, for some reason, there is a limit. I think it ends up being, I don't know, 9. I don't remember exactly, but there is a limit to that. Whereas doing, right-click, create batch files or whatever, it would be convenient. Also, note that applies to right-clicking on a file, not right-clicking on a on the empty space. And curious if I could do it on a folder. You can't do it on a folder. So it might be interesting to add something to a folder. You'll have to look and see what variable you have to change in that in the registry file. My guess is it has to do, not sure, probably there's something in the shell, a different something like that you can change it. I'm not 100% sure, but it'd be interesting to do that to maybe convert the contents of a whole folder. I don't know. I'm sure it's possible. It's just a matter of how. But anyway, that's enough for me rambling along. So hopefully, again, that was at least useful in finding where to go next to get what you want. Thanks. These interaction reminder things get weird, so I know you guys are smart people. You do what you want. I'll catch you later.